Hello everyone and welcome to the GavsWeatherVids Autumn 2024 forecast verification. So at long last, and it is a long time coming this, given that we're now more or less halfway through mid-industrial winter, we are going to verify the autumn forecast that we released at the end of, when did we release that? End of August. I'd say it's been a long time coming. I'll get on with the autumn forecast verification for you in a moment. To say that if you enjoy the content on the channel at the moment, please do like, share, and subscribe. Show everyone for doing that. Thank you, Shadow Richard, for our lovely autumn forecast gift. Thank you so much, Rich. Love it. Okay, well, let's see what happened in the autumn. Cast your mind back, and we can see that the temperature anomaly in autumn 2024, that the climate averages page, by the way, at UK Met, we can see that the temperature anomaly in autumn 2024 set against 91 to 2020 came out more or less about average. One or two limited areas were slightly above par, but really it was a very close to average temperature for the autumn, a little bit above against the old temperature average 61 to 1990, but for our forecast we use 91 to 2020. Precipitation wise precipitation wise we saw a real north-south split with the autumn. So for England and Wales, we have a very substantially wetter than average autumn, especially through central parts of England. But through like Western Wales, Northern Ireland, particularly up into Scotland, it was actually a very dry autumn that we experienced. Now, the GavsWeatherVids Autumn 2024 forecast was a bust, so it's no surprise to me telling you that. We predicted slightly above average temperature. On the temperature side, it wasn't too bad. A forecast, but we also predicted a rather drier autumn, near north to slightly drier than average precipitation, and we said that would be particularly so in September and October, with potentially a little bit more in way of unsettled weather in November. Well, as we know, that was completely wrong. So if we have a look at the way this breaks down, just look how wet September was for England and Wales. Really was an extremely wet September. Scotland was drier, and then October looked like that, with average rainfall again drier up in the north. November came out looking like that again. It was a dry autumn for the north, so I suppose for Scotland the autumn forecast wasn't too bad, but for England and Wales it was a bust, and overall the pattern just wasn't right compared to what we was expecting. So I'm just not happy with the autumn forecast. Maybe I'm being a little bit harsh on myself, but let me know in the comments what you think. The temperature anomaly in September came out like that. So average temperatures, cooler for Scotland. We did say, but we thought it was likely the temperature would be cooler this September compared to the very, very hot September that we had in 2023. But nevertheless, we were still expecting temperature to be a little bit above average. We had like a 14 Celsius the CT finish penciled in. I think we did just about come out about 14.0, didn't we? Something like that. October, a little bit above average, slightly milder October. We thought October might be colder sort of month, and November again close to average. So from a temperature perspective, it was a very, very sort of average type autumn, and certainly a cooler autumn compared to a lot of them over recent years, although it wasn't, I have to emphasise, a cold autumn. Oh, and how did sunshine come out? Let's have a quick look at that for the autumn as well. So sorry everyone, though, for our autumn forecast we don't actually give a sunshine, or for our seasonal forecast we don't give sunshine prediction. So it was a very sunny autumn across northern Scotland, but a really dull autumn, I suppose, with all of those overcast wet days in September in particular, for England and Wales. Let's see how that works out on a month-by-month basis. So September, really dull September for England and Wales, brighter September for Scotland and Northern Ireland. October just rather dull across most parts of the country. November came out like that again, pretty dull. So it was quite a cloudy autumn. Northern Scotland getting the best of the weather, really. Northern Scotland, sunnier and also drier as well. So that's indicative, I suppose, of like a bit of a southerly tracking jet stream. Anyway, that's how the autumn came out. Now, against our forecast, as I say, it was a bust, the forecast. It wasn't right. We did, pick up the prospect of a rather cooler, or to be said, slightly above average temps. I think that works out quite well. And again, we did say September in particular was not going to be as hot as the September before. There was no signal within our methodology for a very warm or hot autumn, such as we've been getting used to over recent years. So for that side of the forecast, it was all right. The precipitation side did go up around, particularly so for England and Wales, where we came out with a wet autumn and a very, very, very wet September, rather surprisingly. And just the overall pattern really wasn't what we was anticipating. I don't think it was a very, very unusual pattern that we had for the autumn. Again, particularly with that exceptionally wet September. So I would give the forecast maybe about a 3 out of 10, something like that, 1.5 out of 5. I don't think it was a particularly successful forecast. Probably our worst long range forecast that we've done since we brought back the long range in 2022, I think it was, after we took about a year off from it. So you're always going to get forecasts that goes awry, goes off the rails. We like to verify our forecasts and be open and transparent about, the long range forecasts that we release. I don't think anybody else subjects themselves to the to the scrutiny that we do with our long range forecasts. But I do think it's important when you release longer range forecasts in particular that you go back after the event and verify them and see what happened and see what went wrong. And that's what we've always done with the long range at GavsWeatherVids. This was taking a lot longer than it should have done. I should have got this done like early to middle December. But of course, we was very busy then with winter forecasts and then Christmas updates and all the stuff that goes on the channel in December. So it's taken a while, but there we go. That is GavsWeatherVids Autumn 2024 forecast verification. We, of course, we released a winter forecast at the beginning of December, so we'll be verifying that in early March. And we are going to be moving on to spring updates starting this weekend. So spring 2025 updates will be starting up beginning this weekend. So that's going to be exciting. Thank you so to Richard for our winter forecast gift. Thank you so to Stryan and Pateri for all of help on the autumn updates and forecasts. Hashtag Team Gav did an amazing job, even if the forecast itself wasn't up to much. But there we go. So we'll end it there. Thank you so much for watching. And we're going to be back with more very, very soon. But for this one, that's all for now. And thanks for watching.